Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy, French President Emmanuel Macron, and UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer have signed a declaration of intent to deploy troops in Ukraine after the end of the war. This became known during a press conference of European leaders following the meeting of the Coalition of the Willing in Paris. This is the first key step toward deploying a Western contingent in Ukraine. French leader Emmanuel Macron noted that mechanisms for monitoring the ceasefire in Ukraine were agreed upon at the summit. According to him, these will be provided by the United States with the participation of a number of countries that have expressed their willingness to join. In addition, Macron announced long-term support for the armed forces of Ukraine, which will remain the first line of defense.
Support for Ukraine? The size of the Ukrainian army after the ceasefire will be 800,000 people, and we are ready to provide all the means necessary for the Ukrainian forces to deter potential aggression.
Macron added that foreign forces from the coalition of willing countries will be deployed on land, in the air, and at sea to ensure compliance with the ceasefire. In turn, Ukrainian leader Volodymyr Zelenskyy stated that the signing of the declaration is a clear signal of the coalition of the willing's readiness to work towards real security.
With these documents, we are strengthening further legal work with the parliaments of these countries so that, at the moment when diplomacy succeeds after the war ends, we are fully prepared to deploy the forces of the coalition of the willing.
Zelenskyy also announced that the documents on security guarantees for Ukraine are ready and expressed hope that they will be signed in the near future. Allied countries may send up to 20,000 peacekeepers to Ukraine in the event of a ceasefire. According to this was reported by Radio Liberty, citing data from European officials. The main contingent of peacekeepers to Ukraine will be sent by the United Kingdom and France. These countries will be responsible for ground and air security. At the same time, Turkey is ready to take responsibility for the security of transport routes in the Black Sea. The article reports.
Some officials say that different numbers for the size of the contingent are being discussed in various European capitals. They range from 15 to 20,000. Although some hope that the number will be closer to 30,000 peacekeepers, who will ensure the security of the sea, sky, and land.
At present, no military plans have been made public. In addition, it is unknown how far the potential peacekeeping forces will be from the line of contact. French President Emmanuel Macron stated that he hopes to present concrete security commitments for Ukraine during the meeting of the Coalition of Willing Countries in Paris, following negotiations. According to him, in the event of a ceasefire, there must be clarity regarding the composition and deployment of peacekeeping forces. Meanwhile, Deputy Prime Minister for European and Euro-Atlantic integration Taras Kachka spoke about security guarantees in the peace plan. He noted that according to the fifth point of the agreement, the US, NATO and the European signatory states will provide Ukraine with security guarantees that will reflect Article 5 of the North Atlantic Alliance. According to Taras Kachka, this article is a fundamental geopolitical agreement on how states assist each other in the event of aggression. As is known, on January 6th, representatives of 30 countries from the Coalition of the Willing will meet with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy to finalize the peace agreement to end the war in Ukraine.